Hi, this is Karthik. I welcome you all for this session. In this session, I'm going to teach you Introduction to Control Statements in C++. Once again, I repeat the topic, Introduction to Control Statements in C++. So let me see what is a control statement. A control statement is used to redirect or control the flow of a program. If you wish to control or redirect your program, we want to use control statements. Control statement is a statement that determines whether to execute a piece of code or not. So you can decide by using control statement, we can decide which part of the code should be executed using control statement. We can control the program execution using control statement, right? So we can control the flow of a program or program execution, program logic can be decided based on control statements. Okay, so what are the control statements in C++? We have if else, nested switch case. Once again, we have if else, nested switch case. Let me explain one by one. So first, we'll see commonly used logical operators with control statements. Okay, because we'll be using conditions within the control statement, so we should aware what are the commonly used logical operators with control statement. We have less than or equal to, greater than or equal to, not equal to. Less than, so A is less than B, this is A is less than or equal to B, this A is greater than B, A is greater than or equal to B, and A double equal to B. If you want to compare the values of A and B, we want to use double equal to, and A not equal to B. So these are the most commonly used logical operators along with control statements. So let me see control statement. First, we will start with if. If condition, if the condition is true, the following statement will execute. Once again, if statement, if condition, any condition. If the condition is true, the following statement will execute. For example, we have a program, so we have declare and variable called as a of integer data type, and we'll be using cout statement in order to print a value, that is enter a value. User will provide a value. We are going to store the value in the variable a by using cin statement. So if condition, any condition, for example, I'm going to check a is greater than 0. If a is greater than 0, if the condition is true, I'm going to print the number is positive using cout statement. If condition is false, I have not determined it. Okay, this is only if. Once again, I repeat the program. So I declare a variable called as a of integer data type. I am printing a message, enter a value using cout statement. So user will provide a value. I'm going to store the value in E by using cin statement. And I'm going for if condition if A is greater than 0. If condition is true, the part this code will execute. That is, the number is positive. I'm going to print the statement number is positive by using cout. Okay, so then I enter a value, let us say 10. The number is positive. So this is an example for if statement. Okay, if, okay, so no else. Next, we are going to see if else statement. Okay, if condition is true, any condition, you can specify the logic. If condition is true, this part of the program will execute. If condition is true. If condition is false, else part will get executed. Okay, so if condition, there is only two options. Either condition should be true or false. If condition is true, this part will be executed. If condition is false, this part will be executed. If condition is true, this part will be executed and this part will not be executed. When condition is false, this part will get executed and this part will not be executed. Okay, now we'll see an example. So what I did is I have declared two variables a and b of integer data type. I'm going to print the statement enter a and b values by using cout. So user will provide two values. First value I'm going to store it in a, and second value I'm going to store it in b. And I'm going to make a logic. If a is greater than b, if the condition is true, I'm going to print C out A is big. If condition is false, I'm going to print C out B is big. Okay, so once again, I explain the program. I've declared two variables, namely A and B of integer data type. I'm going to print a message, enter A and B values using cout statement. User will provide two values. First value I'm going to store it in A, and second value I'm going to store it in the variable B. I'm going to make a logic. If A is greater than B, if the condition is true, the logic is true, so this part will be executed. That is, I'm going to print A is big using cout statement. I'm going to display the A value. If the condition is false, else part will get executed. So cout B is big. Okay. And I'm going to print the B is big using cout statement, and I'm going to print the B value. So here's an example. I entered the values 10 and 20. 10 will be stored in the variable A and 20 will be stored in variable B. Now B is big. Okay. So next, moving on to nested if. So what is a nested if? If you have multiple conditions, you want to use nested if. So if, here you can see if condition, if the condition is true, this part will get executed. If condition is false, again I'm going for one more condition. Else if this condition is true, this part will get executed. If the condition is false, else part will get executed. Once again, I will repeat nested if condition. If the condition is true, this part will get executed. If the condition is false, it will navigate to else if. We have one more condition right here. And if the condition is true, this part will get executed. And when the condition is false, else part will get executed. Now we have an example. Here is an example. So I have declared three variables, namely A, B, and C of integer data. And I'm going to print a message, enter A, B, and C values using cout statement. User will provide three values. First value I'm going to store it in A. Second value I'm going to store it in B. And third value I'm going to store it in C using same statement. Now I'm going for if condition. If A is greater than B and A is greater than C. And means if both conditions are true, this part will execute. Okay, that is a and. Okay, if and both inputs are true. Okay, this condition and this condition both are true, this part will get executed. If any one condition fails, either A is greater than B or A is greater than C, any one of this condition fails, it will navigate to else part. It will move on to else part, and again I'm going to check the condition. For example, when this condition fails, if A is small and B is big, this condition fails. When this condition fails, if A is small, C is big. So I'm going to check these two variables, B is greater than C. If this condition is true, this part will get executed, that is, B is big. And if the condition is false, else part will get executed, let us say C is big. Okay, so once again, I repeat the program. In this program, I've declared three variables, namely A, B, and C of integer data type. I'm going to print a message, enter A, B, and C values using cout statement. User will provide three values. First value I'm going to store it in A, second value I'm going to store it in B, and third value I'm going to store it in C by using same statement. And again I'm going for if condition. This time I'm going to use two conditions at a stretch or at a time. A is greater than B and A is greater than C. If both conditions are true, this part, that is, I'm going to print A is big. When A is greater than B as well as A is greater than C, both conditions are true. If any one condition fails, it will navigate to else if. I'm going to check B is greater than C. If this condition is true, I'm going to print B is big by using cout statement. If this condition is false, it will navigate to else, and then I'm going to print C is big by using cout statement. So while executing the program, I've given the three values 10, 20, and 30. It used to display C is big. Okay. So next we are going to see switch case. If you have more than one or two or three or n condition, it's a better option to use a switch case. Okay, so how to use a switch case? Switch condition, case 1, case 2, case 3, you can go for any number of cases up to case n. And if all this condition fails, then the default will get executed. So if condition is logic, and you can specify case one, case two, this is condition one, two, three, four, up to n. And if all this condition fails, it will default will get executed. So let us say case one. So if the condition is true, this condition is true, this part of the program will get executed, or this piece of code will get executed, and we are going to break the rest of the program by using the break statement. Okay. So if case one fails, then it will go for case two. It will check case two satisfy the condition, then this part will get executed, and then we are going to break the program. So it will continue up to n condition. If all the condition fails, the default will get executed. Now we will see an example. So I have declared a variable called as a of integer data type, and I'm going to print a message enter a number from 1 to 3 by using cout statement. And user will provide a value. I'm going to store the value in a by using cin statement. Switch off a. I'm going to check what is the value in a. If the value stored in a is 1, that is case 1, I'm going to print you are the best. And I'm going to break the rest of the program. Since this condition is satisfied right here, no need to continue for other cases. No need to check other conditions. For example, if the value stored in A is 2, I'm going to print you are the hard worker. And I'm going to break because the condition satisfied right here. No need to check for the conditions. For example, the value stored in A is 3, that is case 3. I'm going to print you are the smart worker. I'm going to break the program. So user enter any value other than 1, 2, 3. The default will get executed. So I'm going to print enter the numbers from 1 to 3 by using cout statement. I'm going to break the program. So once again, I repeat the program. I have declared a variable called as integer a, and then I'm going to print a message enter a number from 1 to 3. This will provide a value. I'm going to store it in a, and I'm going to check what is the value stored in a by using switch case. If the value stored in a is 1, I am going to print you are the best, and I'm going to break the program. Since the condition is satisfied right here, no need to continue the program. If the value stored in A is 2, I'm going to print you are a hard worker. If the value stored in A is 3, I'm going to print you are the smart worker. I'm going to break the program, stop the program right here. If all these conditions fail, for example, user enter 4, 500, 1000, so the default will get executed. So I'm going to print enter the number from 1 to 3 using cout statement, and I'm going to break the program. So here's the output. Enter the number from 1 to 3. I entered 2, and it used to display your hard worker. So I think you guys have enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching this video.